Yeah, I mean, Standy was never, like, he was always sort of the slower in a corner, just sort of cleanup guy.
Yeah.
Like, but maybe that's changed, so we'll see if it has, right?
Yeah.
I mean, switching up the play style. He's always had a very high individual skill ceiling.
Now, talk to me. This is the first time I can remember in a while. If you look back to Control, when we've had 4 options for a game 3, how does that change things for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been sort of like tic-tac-toe when it comes to that map number 3. Like, you just never want to really have a bad map because it puts you in a bad spot. Now you can maybe have one bad one, but in terms of the impact, I think you're looking at grand finals, like the best of 7s. The team who gets to pick, you know, those 2 overloads could have a massive advantage.
Okay.
So for our top teams, you cannot have 2 bad maps.
All right. I'm just interested for you to see those trends. You know, we talk about a lot. You'll see it's like a qualifier where it's all exposure, all scar, all scar. We've had
Does that go away? Yeah.
Does that go away a bit with having 4 as an option? Into it though, with Koi and Ravens, our first series of 3 to kick off our qualifier.
Major 4 already.
Yeah, I know. You and I joke about it every year. It's like the season starts and we're laughing. Okay, well, Lurks apparently is just fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
As he dials in a triple, Kid is twisted early on, so he's already into the upcoming hard point. We'll see if he can play his life or win a gunfight. Well, he'll win a gunfight.
Yeah, there's also this sort of thing where he can turn into more of like an entry, like, kind of guy. Like, he plays with speed, so maybe that dynamic changes where Standy is just a slower slaying sub and Lurks just goes and does whatever he wants.
Well, and sometimes, you know, when you have a guy with the way Craze plays, like, you're waiting on him, you're waiting on that pinch, you're trying to time things properly, where Lurks like, I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna go and match my pace. We'll see if that's the case, but into it on 5 straight to start us off, up and over, and it leads to a team kill, but there's literally numbers here as Joe deceives. Well, kills a teammate, but gets 1, and we'll get the hard point and the back spawns now for Koi. With 30 or so remaining, a good chunk of time they can try to get.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is another interesting one, right? Every qualifier in between roster mania period, Koi's always thrown out there. Obviously, Insight is still on this roster. And you know, the team, the organization is backing him. It just kind of felt like he was just sort of like, all right, I'm done with all this noise. Like, find somebody else. I'm cool with this, whatever. Like, let the boys do what they have to do. But, I mean, listen, that's a couple of championship Sundays in a row. They're hoping to build off of that.
And I just think sometimes when you talk about players that are around for a long time, it's a mental battle more than a skill one. I don't know. Maybe if like whatever happened in this offseason ends up being a positive for Insight in particular, just like maybe just hearing again that his teammates believe him, this organization believes him. You know, there's some rumors there might be a change. Maybe it doesn't lead to that at all, but part of me kind of hopes it does. But starting slow on that side for Koi will be CleanX, who's really looking to get involved in 1 and 6. Kip starts out slow. Joe deceives the Insight, kind of carrying the slang, and it'll be Royal Ravens on the other end of it with Standy and Lurks on a bit of a spree. Locked down at 3rd. Up about 30 with 30 more to earn.
And remember, the one sort of maybe interesting topic when we talk about our race for champs is them. It's Carolina. They're at 130 points, so they're going to have a hell of a stage. They're down like 80, 70 points or so. So they need a good minor, a good stage, a good major, but they are the one team we are kind of looking at. And speaking of looking at, let's give them a listening.
Last guy, that's last guy mid. That's last guy mid, the rest are spawn. I'm all the way, for now.
Nice, I'll see you well.
I'm spawning ult. I got it next time.
Money mid, okay?
Yeah, I've told the right. I'm not blocking for a second.
I have no trophy on time for a sec.
I'm blocking.
One's right on me, right, inside, done.
Nothing front. One's going mid. CleanX going mid.
Dead.
Nothing right.
Yeah, one guy mid on me. One guy me square. Yo, main and square. One guy me take the right route.
Main hit play. Main, one's right on me.
Yeah,
one's right on me. Main, no, window. There's 2 stones.
I spawned from rocks. Well weak. Insight.
I spawned here with you guys.
I'm seeing well. One shot well. Nice. They're spawning up front.
Joe's front win. There's 2 front. I think. Both front.
Yo, I know
you're main.
So we are
One more front.
Never mind. Two main.
We weren't blocking, by the way. They could have spawned behind us.
Heard you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
I'm coming
I'm playing to square.
One guy's at new somewhere, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Yips. He's front street. He's gonna be closer on me.
Playing for the guy street, okay?
One for the guy. Running at me, street. He's one shot on the left side of the track.
Yips dead. Oh no, one check.
Shack, one shot, Insight.
Off ult, CleanX dead.
I spawned on the back.
He's milk chuck. Joe milk chuck. Nice, they're spawning shooting you. Stay down.
I got all on your right, Logan.
Pick up
I
stone.
have a trophy near you guys.
Pick up stone, Lou.
Yeah, I'm picking up the left right here.
Right. One shot, Logan on high.
Dive your left.
Chips.
I can help you, Lou, if you need it.
I got straight.
Yo,
he's bomb square. Inside square, one shot. I got needed.
One is main.
One shot. There's 2 front.
I need help.
Nothing main. Heard you. I have your left. On your left. He's on the back.
Nading over.
I need your left. Let's go funny.
There's two in there.
I got needed here. Let's go start.
I'm dead. I'm no top window. Top window time.
All good.
I got a streak, boys.
I'm working B2, okay?
I'm gonna save it for rocks, okay? We should play through this. We should play through this.
I got you.
I think one thing we try to key on after a team change is how the comms sound. Solid, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Standy sounds great. I think he's got a bit of a different mic. It sounds top quality, but you can hear his voice just very calm, cool, collected, and yeah, I mean, a great first set for them. I think they pretty much out-rotated Toronto to every single hill. So Koi, obviously, is slaying-wise, you know, Clinic's not having a great map. The other guys know, but they didn't win a single rotation, so it just have to be better here.
We'll see if that starts right now. Get Kleenex in better positions. Insight looking over as he pops a double for you. Kips is carried over 4 from that triple he popped to really set them up inside of that P5. Kips trying to continue on the streak. He's going to get cut down, so no opening for him to maybe play the flip. Kleenex still doing damage, though, from the point. Finally traded out. Standy changed that into a double. There was still 30 seconds remaining here. With the 40-point lead, you'll take just about whatever you can get. Keep an eye on spawns now, but Joe Deceives kind of in behind enemy lines. They want to worry about the hard point, but also worry about Joe Deceives. It looks like the spawns for Koi, for the most part, still coming in top left, so nobody can bless maybe the spawn near Joe Deceives. He's going to be on an island for now, but everyone racing across P5 to get to him.
Yeah, Exceed and Lurks are trying to hunt him down. They're still playing a little bit of hide and go seek, but you pretty much have a 4-on-4 for this P2 rotation. Everybody in the back for Carolina outside of fire, but he is on his way, and here we go. There's a fight from inside the hard points. Danny's going to open things up, and now you have the numbers. Now you have to go if you are Ravens.
And they're going to go find a player from Old gets involved, and it's nearly perfect. I mean, you lose Standy, but that's about it. That is beautifully done. The patience was there, and, well, maybe that's why you get Standy here, an opening pick like that. The first domino always crucial.
Yeah, and that started from, I mean, we were on board with Joe Deceives, and we saw he was going back and forth from that backdoor at P1, and he's trying to distract those guys to overstep. But Lurks and company, they stayed very patient, waited for one another. Then when they grouped up, they hunted down Joe, and that's led to this time.
Still holding on to a significant lead. You imagine Koi are going to make a run at some point, especially on a map like this. Maybe it's going to happen here at 3. They're going to have the early rotation, but there's still 10 seconds or so remaining, so a chance, well, maybe for Ravens to fan out a bit, but look how far pushed out Koi are right now. They've got a ton of mid-map presence. These next gunfights are going to prove crucial. Once again, Standy's going to get you one, and that could end up being the first domino again.
They should at least get a safe spawn. No, I think just due to Exceed's position, got so far forward, but 2 for 2 for now. Yeah, you're inside if you are Ravens, and it's Lurks again who finds a double, turns it into the triple. Does not matter who is on this guy's squad, still making plays.
And I think still that's a big part of that Standy. Like, he gets that first kill, creates the chaos, and yes, I mean, Lurks popping a triple from the point is going to be the massive
No, but it backs everybody up. Yeah, on the Koi side.
Oh, they're in and about to get over that 200-point mark. About 50 away from the dub. It has been dominant so far. Exceed in position, hold the line.
Yeah, and here's the key. You have a Hellstorm on Exceed, and we're going to a P4 where I think you just fight for the scrap time, and you pretty much say, I have a Hellstorm, we're going to break behind this streak.
And you're hoping, I think, with the change still at Fire, who is solid for them in respawns, remains that, and he is right now. It was with Search he really struggled. We'll see if Standy can be a difference in Search, because I don't know. I feel like they relied a lot on Craze sometimes to make plays.
Yeah, it was Exceed's a sniper or him or Craze, like kind of opening things out.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Den. I feel like he's cast them a lot on Den, but still, just in general, it relied on him to make a play. Streak is in. Everyone tucked away for Koi, trying to avoid it. They're going to have to mount a massive comeback here to bring it back. If it's going to happen, maybe it starts now. They get the kills after the streak. That's already been exhausted. They'll have numbers around the point as they hunt down Fire for the trade. Not a lot of pressure towards the hard point. They get all this time. I mean, the good thing is you're on Saki, so you have a good opportunity to chain together hard points. This is the moment of truth, though. You're down 2 players, everybody coming off a spawn, spawning out, and, well, you're going to get bully ball out.
Yeah, I was saying, like, it's a good thing, yes, but it's a bad thing when you're just not winning simple gunfights where guys like Joe, okay, well, it's not the simple ones that he's winning out, but it just feels like, yeah, I don't know. They're not quite warmed up right now on the Koi side, where on the other side, Ravens, again, playing with desperation.
And that's a big thing, too. Like, Koi, you know, back-to-back top 4s. No pressure on them when you talk about getting to champs. All the pressure on Ravens. You said down, 70 points? They need a good qualifier, a good minor, a good major 4 if they're going to have any opportunity. But they absolutely need to close out this map one. Just 13 needed to shut it down. But don't count out Koi. If they get hot, I mean, yes, it was not winning easy fights, but they didn't have a lot of easy fights due to rarely having a road out. They're going to have it here and see what they can do with it. Don't let Lurks pop a multi. which he has done several times throughout. He's going to get a double for you there, and that's going to be pressure to the point. Look as they all hunt together, getting ready to flock them through, waiting for the nades to hit. Timing was there, I thought, but maybe a nade does connect or just sets up Kleenex with the shots over the top of Joe Deceives.
Well, and I mean, that was your timing. The timing was correct from Carolina, because there were 1 or 2 players in insight, and I think Joe coming off a spawn where they thought someone was going all the way around. So there was just 1 player on the hill. That's when you wanted to go. But everybody gets there. Kleenex now playing his life, and you are still alive if you are Koi.
Still alive. Just the question is, you go down a little bit too much early on. Not enough time here to close it out for Ravens, but they'll get, what, 5 or 6 seconds off the tail end of that. For Koi, desperation. You got to fight. You got to get towards P1. They win every fight outside of that one. I think Joe Deceives thought he had that, but needed 1 more bullet to close it out. They're in. They're still battling. Pressure on Ravens now to make a play.
Yeah, you gotta wait for each other jumping off a spawn. Standing will get you one to buy some room, but yeah, you're just going 1 by 1 right now. And while you're getting picked apart, is when you're a newer team, you just have to wait for each other, especially on a map like this. Well, who's gonna slow things down? It's gonna be Fire, who gets you 2. That allows Standy to take the 1-on-1, and that should be enough. What a play out of Fire.
Yeah, he's the last guy up.
Yeah.
The fact he walks away with 2 for you there. Excellent. Exceed is fired up. And that's one of those maps, like, you just have to close out. You give up. I mean, you went up as much as 100. If you crumble there with like a new team, it's like question marks already, but they're able to hold on, get the map 1 win. And listen, this is a team, at least with Royal Ravens, that usually, I mean, the question wasn't about their online performances early in the year, especially once Exceed joined. They were getting a lot of online wins. It was, when are they going to get the dubs on LAN? They need to, at the very least, be the online Reapers, because you have to, I mean, go close to perfect throughout this qualifier. You need to have an insane minor 2. But this would be one of your toughest matches over this stretch. That'd be an amazing win if they could walk away with it.
Yeah, we have to look at like their exact schedule. But Lurks puts up a 30 bomb. You get a solid performance out of Fire. Standy Exceed a ton of time to earn that Hellstorm. It was just a solid team effort. But I think you just look at the first set, the first 4 hills. I think they won every single rotation.
I'm trying to remember, dude. I just saw this in the schedule thing yesterday. I swear to God, they were either at the top or the bottom. No, it was like they were either the hardest or the easiest. I can't remember. Okay. I just looked at it yesterday, but we'll look through some of the highlights now as we get ready. Koi maybe came alive a little too slow, or just a little bit of a honeymoon period here for Ravens, but you liked what you heard from Standy's comms. In a couple situations where they weren't ahead on Roto, which they were more often than not, Standy got some big picks, just found 1 kill that put him into a place for success where they would have numbers. And Lurk still, well, doing his thing.
Yeah, doing his thing. And yeah, it was just sort of the question around the sub duo. That's what we're gonna lock in on, and this is a map that played well for them. But yeah, you should just sort of see Lurk's taking space, taking those routes, being quick, and then Standy finding openings. Just right from the get-go. But yeah, just solid team effort, I think, they're out of Carolina.
Yeah, it's a tough SMG test. If you just look back, listen, I know Kleenex has had different roles this year. He hasn't always been.
Well, his Sunday was insane.
Yes, no, this past major, Tobias was back on his bullshit. Like, he was absolutely frying.
I mean, they are an exposure overload fiesta away from being in the final.
Yeah,
they probably should have won that versus Versace, but
that might have been the craziest map.
Yeah,
the map of the tournament. That was a wild one. Fact is, though, Ravens close it out. Ends up being, what, like a 70-point victory. They got out to an early lead. Exceed was fired up. We liked what we heard in the listen-in as well. And it was just a slow start for several core players, but you can put a lot, as you said, it might not be guns hot. It's just when you're not winning rotation, yeah, it's just a lot of difficult gunfights.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was a vet after a tournament for a long time. Like, dude, sometimes you just need to get your ass kicked a bit. Map number 1, just kind of get you locked back in.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses for them, but listen, we're all humans. It happens. So I'll give them a map. We'll see what happens in map number 2.
And listen, we don't know. Top 3 might not be their highest ceiling. It kind of feels like it could be, just with how tough. Yeah, I think the only reason we're saying maybe it's not is because they went to 5 with Optic this time, but with the way Thieves are looking, Faves have made it to every Sunday. Optic, obviously, like, 3rd might be just good for them this year. And I don't mean that as like a negative. It's just there's a lot of
It's hard to win. It's hard to win.
Well,
yeah.
as Optic have learned very much this year.
Yeah.
It is very, very difficult to win in this league, and we'll see. Maybe Koi will sneak one away, but they're going to have to first win this series. Down 0-1, they'll try to bring it back to the search and destroy. I think for S&D, for us mostly, I kind of want to see what it looks like for this Ravens team. Because when Fire came in, I mean, I remember we cast like the first 3 searches for him.
Did not be comfortable.
He might have had 2 or 3 kills combined, and obviously that improved, but still the search wasn't their best mode by any stretch. we'll see what Standy does for them here.
Yeah, I just think when you look at sort of Carolina on the year, there were like Search and Destroy in particular, there were like 2 talking points. There was Exceed Sniper and then like Craze running through smokes.
Yeah,
like,
getting first bloods for
Yeah, so just as a team, production has to go up.
Yeah. And we'll see if that starts. And, you know, with the team change, it's probably going to be a work in progress in the Search and Destroy. Hardpoint will click a little bit quicker, more than likely. And while it did at least in that map 1. The boys in purple now try to talk things through and bounce back. It's a match, obviously, everyone thinks they're going to win, one that they should win. But, you know, I said I hope whatever happened in their little...
Yeah, I mean...
In those couple weeks leading into this with a potential, maybe they were going to change, maybe they weren't.
From a camera, I don't know if the flu's in the room. It could be, but if you look at these 4 cameras, I think they had a long week.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
We're taking a look.
It is not the vibey Koi crew that we know.
Yeah, that could be down. Yeah, so maybe, who knows? Flu. Someone could be sick, or it could be with like the team change and stuff. The rumors. If that.
Now I'm seeing a smirk, but that shot of like them for that time was just like.
Well, maybe it's like we just lost a map to these guys. What are we doing? But a stat for the most plants. Joe Deceives. He's got you the most. We'll see if he can take advantage here and how they're going to do in the post plant. You know, part of me is sad Plaza's gone. Plaza was horrendous.
It was awful.
But I think just that one cast we had, the one night, Bravo stream on Saturday at the Major was one of the funniest maps I've ever casted.
Opted G2?
Yeah, Opted G2.
Was it Friday night?
Was it Friday night or Saturday night? Friday night? Well, whatever. One of those nights.
Yeah.
Some of the most fun I've had casting. So part of me will miss it, Shell. But it was not good.
That map will live
in infamy?
Yeah, well, especially that one in particular. We'll download that one, make sure we keep it.
No, that one was special.
But I'm very happy to have Hasi in the back.
Yeah, no, Hasi is just a solid all-around map. We'll see it in 2 out of our 3 game modes. Ravens, you see their S&D ranks in stage 3, and yeah, I mean, that was the one thing you saw in the respawns. Like Fire had immediate impact. You just didn't see it in Search and Destroy. So we'll see if he got a little bit more comfortable. This was one of the first maps we casted when he came into. I think he ended up with like 1. He could not get anything going. See if the change here with Standy is going to provide any differences for them.
Last stage for Carolina, you were 9-7 in hardpoint, but then you were just awful in 2-3-5. So like you were competitive in maps 1 and 4, but it was the others that you struggled.
And there was a stretch, you know, I think pre-fire where their overload was really, really solid. Need to get back to that at least. Like you can't just be good at hardpoint. Like you can be a weakish search team, sure, if the other respawns are good, but not just one. Exceed. We'll find you the blood with the pick. Joe Deceives, the plant master. Thinking he has a timing to get this down. That will be the case. Raven's not throwing anything away. They're happy to play the 4v3 retake, which I'm sure you're happy to see. Insight gets eyes on one for a second, wants to bring the numbers back, but never really give it a chance there.
Yeah, you have 2 choices. Either run at this guy or you let him be. Well, but he does get the info. It's not the smoke cross that you wanted. So Joe and Kleenex are going to be ready for this. The problem is, though, at some point you have to check the bomb, and in round number 1, no trophy's going to be available. So all the utility going to land, and now it is all down to Insight.
And he has got a legion of players in front of him. Good damage. He's not going to be able to pull that out, but yeah, if Insight could have maybe got the snipe, hit 1 across mid, or got maybe the Trax player if he got scoped in time. Some awkward timings where he maybe would have been able to get you 1, which would have made that far more winnable. Like he said, he got the information, but I think he just had to get a kill there for them to really have a chance. And well, no trophies doesn't help either. Standy rips 1 with an nade. They still get 2 in the round on 64 damage.
I don't know what just happened there with his character, but just got turned around. But
This is the first blood we missed.
here's that opener.
Oh, well, that's the slowest peak I've ever seen. And well, I guess he was hoping a sniper's not holding that angle. He was. Then the circus at the tail end of it. All right, so good for Ravens. Good job playing behind the first blood. Now we're gonna look at what they're gonna show us here offensively.
All right.
Exceed gets you a blood again. Well, he's making it easy for him early on.
Yeah, that's no big test for this squad to start. Well, that was the winning formula when they were doing solid in Search and Destroy. Well, his sniper's hitting now.
Running through him. Kleenex last up. Legion in front of him, similar to Insight's POV on the other side. But, well, It might be a game of avoid the sniper right now. Joe Deceives is like, what the hell is happening here?
No, they all look like they just woke up, right? I'm not like, I try not to look at the TMs too much, but this is always a vibey team.
I'm usually the one that brings up body language and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, good.
Normally a very vibey team, but again, maybe, I don't know, flu's in the building.
They fed him like some bad turkey or tuna salad.
Yeah, they're just mistakes.
Just coming out of both holes. Fact is, they got to turn around. They got to turn around here quickly.
Like I said, I give him a map. Map 2's not looking great.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Gonna get aggressive towards A again. This time they at least avoid the sniper early. That'll be number 1, which we'll hop to his POV. A couple of dead slides, I think, for Exceed as he's trying to get into position. Hoping to maybe isolate. Insight on one side of this. That's an elbow. That's a little bit too large. Another first blood for Exceed. 4-0. 3 are first bloods. This guy's getting whatever he wants on the map. The first time you're able to bring it back in numbers that at least even it up for Koi.
And Insight, he goes all the way through tracks. I don't know if they saw him. They did not. So Standy was starting to track back. So now with 2 versus 2, 18 seconds, you have to go if you're Ravens. And well, you are just so split up. Well, you get the first blood, but you don't turn it into a round win.
I mean, big one for Koi, sure, but you can't rely on that to get the dub. They're going to need to get some kills early. Kleenex got the big one to bring it back into a 3 versus 3, and then Insight with the final 2.
Yeah, they're just buying so much time just inside. It's obviously a tough retake inside of A, but they're playing for it. And they just couldn't track Insight. It looked like, yeah, they were looking for him on the flank, but he went into the tracks, and his teammates locked it down.
Good route, pays off. And despite how lopsided this search has felt.
It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's just 2-1. I think it's just you had, what, like 2 kills through the first 2. Like, yeah, it did not bode well. Fires angle, because looked like some defensive pressure. I mean, there was over towards A, but they're not going to push their luck too much further. Exceed just holding the window peak for now. Checking top arm for maybe an angle there as well. Hey, honestly, it feels like they've gotten picks so successfully off of Exceed. It's almost like, let's just wait till one happens.
Yeah, they just really slowed it down. Tried to force something. And I think Koi, you just kind of saw them just try to find any info. That's when the nades and the stuns were coming on through. But, I mean, you're waiting until 30 seconds. Kleenex is your key guy. He's into your lurk spot. And, well, he's going to find all of the info and only gets 1 because all 4 players are here.
Well, it's a good thing he got 1 at least. I thought he was going to get 2 or 3, and then it fell apart. There's 1 more guy trailing. So, big buy fire to at least get the kill and make sure it doesn't completely break up the round. Kips can't win his one-on-one. Insight will win his. Joe Deceives in trouble, but comes away with a kill. Player is weak trackside, and Joe Deceives finishes it up. So, a wacky finish there leads to a 2-2 scoreline.
Well, you just waited till the last second, and at some point, someone has to get on that bomb, and the timing was right for Koi when they go to check that. But all the info gained by Kleenex, and yeah, very close. But Joe Deceives able to find Exceed, and then I assume Fire, it's either a team shot or he's weak before that, as he got melted.
Yeah, I imagined he was weak, because it didn't seem like too many bullets from Joe Deceives, but he gets that all down in 33 HP himself, so maybe now waking Joe Deceives up a little bit as they take back-to-back rounds. And yeah, no, that literally felt like, let's wait for Exceed to get a pick, and he didn't. And yeah, by the time they're going, there's 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if anything changes up. But that's how I'd do if I was Koi. Then, all right, just literally don't give it to him. Finally, a first blood coming through for Koi. Kips the kill onto Fire. Lurks melted immediately after that. And, well, strong arm your way on to B.
Yeah, I mean, Lurks was lurching, but, I mean, you're just going to check that corner. You throw the shoulder, the Omni movement, and Joe Deceives is going to find you. But that was kind of your one playmaker. Over towards the B site was Lurks. Now it's down to Exceed, and, yeah, so much work to do.
Oh, Kleenex clotheslines him, doesn't even give him a chance to maybe hit the flick. Stun will connect, so Standy's position given up, and they'll hunt him down. Clean and clinical there out of Koi.
And this is a problem. When Exceed Sniper is hitting, he's finding the first bloods, search looks great. When it starts to disappear a little bit, teams play away from it. They just try to spot him, go to other bomb sites. This is what it looks like.
Well, I think we've seen the Koi adjustments to deal with the sniper. What do you try to adjust? Just can't have sniper out every round. Try to mix up the beats a little bit.
Try to mix it up. Move him around if that's what you want to play off of.
It's tough when you have a ton of success behind it, but
again, new team. So it's going to take time to adjust if you are Carolina. Just all getting on that same page again.
Similar to a couple of rounds ago, they're going to take a lot of space defensively on A. We're watching the POVs they push. This is where they stopped it last time. This time looks like they want to go. Maybe isolate, fire in the back line. Look at everyone turning to try and deal with this, and yeah, you'll take it. You'll go 2 for 1. Can Kleenex get anything? No, it's just a swarm into them. Similar to the round one, it's Insight versus basically the full roster.
And I'm going to assume that is a strat maybe Troy showed at the major, but you've been ready for it. If you are Ravens. I mean, we've seen teams just send a couple of players every now and then through 10 just to send, just go for it.
I mean, Fire's all the way back siloed.
Yeah, just two offensive rounds in a row now. So and they knew Koi was going to do that at some point.
They've been playing it so passive, it wasn't hard to back up and help. Like, you had the whole team rotating so fast. Insight not able to win the first. That's an NPC to his forehead, and he will drop. So
just feels like the only reason you should be like double sending through 10 is as soon as you have like info tracks in barn. And I mean, that was so early in the round, you just never did. So that's just a blind gamble.
Yeah, I guess the only positive is you keep them honest there. Like, they're going to keep a player there to deal with it because you know it's always an option. But yeah, I mean, hitting something with no info, you don't know if you're being lulled into a trap, which is basically what just happened. But maybe you just think on the other side, like, they're wary of that. If their snipe's not hitting, we're just going to bleed a minute off the clock. We'll see what happens on the flip then. Exceed sees one for a second. Not able to connect. Standy one with the trophy here.
That's it. Come down him and his trophies. A little backup though from Lurks, but it's all about the shoulders. And while Kleenex Chips, they find the kills, and you are dead if you're a seed.
And that is how fast that can fall apart. All onto Fire now. Nothing he can do.
That window got torched.
Sure did. But no, that's just you saw, I think, how tough that position could be from Sandy. Like, just the shoulders and how insane that looked. He has help there. It's just well, it's not get his help out. He was gone.
Well, I think that's why you've seen them retake it, right? Just sort of give it up. Well, we're going to see the snipe. I just missed it. Bad timing.
Yeah, he had just an opportunity there to maybe connect on it. Not able to do it. And then they just get swarmed. So, yeah, it's looked good when he's found that opening snipe. If not, looks good when he hasn't.
And Joe's still putting them down, by the way. He's got 4 plants.
And they're going to, I was going to say the last round, pad them stats.
They just got it.
So this time they do leave it wide open. So there would have been a moment here. If you were going to push it immediately on the flank, it could have been a very, very fast flank. Insight just can't die there. He's the one player on the offside. Everybody else out of the play.
And I don't think he thinks he's going to die there. He's just jumping for info. And I think it's just all headshots from Standy.
Yeah, he gets smoked. Bomb has not been planted yet, though. Exceed, we're on his POV. He's backed up to deal with the push through. That's going to be Kips. That's going to do it. Kips wins that one-on-one. Now this becomes a very winnable round because you're just going to get choked out. Ravens have got to watch both sides. Pressure coming. You got to pick a side and go. They try to do it, but Kleenex is able to deal with it. I thought maybe they're going to ISO the one player and Kips on the other end of it, but they try to send it forward into a 2 versus 2 now. And while it seems to be working out,
yeah, you have a choice. Run it Kips or take the 3 versus 2 on the other side. And it was a scary 3-on-2. But Chips is still alive now. 30 seconds. Again, Carolina, they have taken their time with these plans. There is the info on the Chips. But at some point, you're going to have to go.
Did he see him?
Oh, he got spotted.
I thought maybe he saw him as he slid through. But they're going to know they have bomb wide open to get the plant down. So 1v2 for the retake. Plant gets away clean. Kips can't quite find the timing he's going to hope for. Tries to hit a little cheeky pre-fire, but nobody home. He's got to rip somebody.
Yeah, if not both of them.
Down to 19 HP, nowhere to go. Still a little bit of time to work with. A chance to get back full and take another fight.
Keep shooting.
All damage in. That's your chance. That's your chance to chow the other player, but good job in the 2 versus 1. Carolina just not really giving it much of a chance.
And yeah, you had to take the 3-on-2 or back up and find tips. But if
after they lost the first player, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, if you back all the way up and tips is gone, you just waste so much time. That allows him to get into a 3-on-3 position. So they just run forward. And it did get a little hairy. Like it felt like Kleenex was making plays. They were staying alive back barn. Yeah, they finally catch those players.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it again and see how, like, after Kleenex got one, that's all they got. Because it would have been pretty much even numbers. Then again, you probably have a weak player in Kleenex, obviously. It becomes a little bit trickier. 4-4. It's all out for Koi. Over towards B. You got some help through the street. There's a very quick rotation coming in from the A site. So everyone grouped up barn and back barn. Kind of out of the play for now will be Insight. He's worried about somebody maybe pushing 3. You already lose a player, so Insight's going to have to get involved maybe a little earlier than he'd like. And he's going to have a tough one-on-one because you've got barn window. I believe that's Exceed that got top.
I have to check bomb, right? So Clean IC throws it. But you just took so much space if you were Carolina. You were so fast on that rotation. Well, Insight had to watch the flank. And yeah, they stay alive, barn. They wrap all the way through. And they're able to find that first kill on a Joe.
Yeah, when I say against that side of the play, I don't mean that like a negative way. Like he's watching the play.
Yeah, he's got to watch flank.
He's watching the play. I'm just saying that because we are omniscient and we see that they are all 4 grouped.
They were so quick there.
And that's what's so tough. Like this has been a conversation in hardpoint. Well, really in every mode. Like just the pace of this game. Like you want to play like in typical, I don't know, like old school COD. Like you want to have someone picking up every lane. You don't want there to be a gap. But sometimes like you have a gap picked up and they just 4 hit it. And it's like, okay, well now we're in a 3v4 and we get smoked.
Yeah, we lose.
So it's not that he was like making the wrong play, just and the fact they all take barn, like then I mean Insight's in a real tough situation because he can't really push up mid and chow barn window. Ravens though round away from shocking us early. They'd be up 2-0. It's so funny. Like, you have 5 plants for Joe Deceives. You got 1 plant on the other side. Get it done through the kills. Exceed, you know, well, we're not talking about they need to make some adjustments. And well, where it was a little stagnant behind the sniper, we saw the exact opposite. Really offensively and defensively showing a little more presence.
Yeah, their offensives, they have played very slow, just like this. The first 30 seconds, it's just not getting naded. We'll see if Exceed can find anything. If not, see if we can find someone overstepping it. Now it is go time with 40 seconds to plant.
Yeah, it's like just play. Don't get picked. Don't scam. Play for info. Win a one-on-one. Or just take down 2. Thinks he has to reload. Gets back up. We're going to lose his teammate, though. Good damage in. They'll slide out Chow. Now it's going to be all on Inside. He's going to be dropped. Ravens take it 6-4. And, well, all right. Liking what we're seeing out of this new squad. Fire looks improved in Search and Destroy. Standy's making some plays for you. Exceed Snipe is still hidden, and they're up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just a solid game plan, I think, from Carolina. The way they played that, they were all on the same page. I mean, you started to make a bit of a comeback if you were Koi after Exceed slowed down, but then you started to group up. You see Exceed there with 4 first bloods. A lot of those were early. A lot of first deaths on the side of Koi.
He had like 4 straight or 33 straight to start it off.
Yeah, just nice adjustments, being on the same page. Offensively, very sort of just slow, patient, and it has worked out so far.
I feel like they've done their homework a little bit this particular matchup as well. And listen, there is part of this to say, I'm not saying you should ever take like online matches and CDL points lightly, but yes, you are coming off a 3rd place finish for Koi, and this is a team in Ravens that is fighting for their lives. I mean, we talk about the players kind of fighting for their lives in this league, fighting for maybe a chance in the top 8 at champs. They certainly have more to play for, and just the human nature of it. Like they're coming out and they're on fire.
Yeah, they're on fire, and yeah, just not sure what's going on the Koi camp.
Yeah, we'll see if.
Who knows?
You didn't love the body language.
No, I did not.
Did not look good. Koi in trouble here early, down 0-2. We'll be back after a quick break.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup this summer. Scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Only
They're gonna jump on that tank or something. Oh my god, good nade.
One shot. Go, 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 go. Are here.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, you gotta go forward. You gotta go forward.
18 he just wall bounced up and killed him?
Ghosty.
Oh my god.
Oh god! What in the world have they just done?
Am I tweaking?
Nah, what?
Welcome in, one and all. There's just 2 days left of qualifiers. Ooh, not bad. Got some lakeside going that way.
Leave him on the right somewhere for sure.
So he's car behind us.
Back right.
Office and outer, last guy, last guy. My bomb, one shot.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
He's absolutely on me. He's running. He's running. I feel like Chris. I grabbed him.
Yeah, you took me again, bro. He's weak to an 8 though. I don't see the gun. He's outer tower. What's the top lights? Lights. Nero dead.
Astro this time.
No.
Yeah,
what the hell ain't going with me?
It's gonna be a play over towards tunnel.
Don't mind this. This is a good play.
Making the play.
Phaser all
Tip just made the play.
Long range shots are good for 6.
FaZe is gonna lose. FaZe has lost.
Back to the grab.
Brother, that was
That is unacceptable.
Brother.
That one is bad.
Wow.
That is as bad as it
I want to
gets.
see.
It does not get worse.
Cloud.
You were up 5-2.
Versus
Neptune 1v3s and then 1v2s.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right, so while we get into this, we're waiting for the next map to start. We're taking a look at the overall standings. We've been talking a lot about where Carolina are, the fact they're trying to get to the top 8, get a chance for champs. So, Joe, with the 3 teams at 200, you've got G2 after the team change, Heretics, and Falcons. If Ravens are going to hop someone, where do you think it would come from? And maybe you don't think they're going to, but like if you had to pick somebody.
If I had to pick one, just we haven't seen the new G2 team.
Yeah, that'd probably be. I think they're going to be good, but like that would probably be the safest answer. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
Falcons
change doesn't work out.
Falcons just felt like that last major finally got it going.
Yeah.
Heretics, like maybe is the one team trending in the downward direction over the last couple majors, but I just feel like they're a good enough team.
They're good enough to like place top 6.
Yeah, they'll go 3-2 in a qualifier or something.
Yes, you would think so. So
but
maybe
it's a tough one.
Maybe it's put on the team change. Well, if you're Carolina, you're hoping that team change just does not pan out. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced G2 won't end up being better than Paris after the change. I think that they could end up good. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, that's a bigger conversation.
Yeah. No, it is. But I think we both agree it's going to be hard for Carolina. It is. We were talking about this. Like normally there's a fight. It's just our league is like an 8-team league now. Yeah. It is, which is a good thing, but not for sort of the story of this. No, yeah. It's going to be difficult. Great. It's deep. I feel like not anybody has a chance to beat anybody, but at least amongst the top 8, it kind of feels like you can have like an upset just about anywhere. This is how our match sits after 2. If you joined us a little bit late, probably not what you expected. Fans picked Koi, our whole desk picked Koi. We picked Koi. I mean, hard not to. I think Joe and I had questions after. We don't know the exact details of what went on in the Koi camp.
I also just didn't. I don't know. I feel like they've had so many of these where it's just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's like whatever. But maybe this one is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Than ones in the past.
And maybe in this map, or if we go 4, we can get a listen in with them and hear how the comms sound. I'm kind of curious if they. Well, it's just tough with them. Their comms always kind of chill, but. Well, Joe Deceives, who has the ability to go nuclear at any moment, hasn't really had that impact yet. A couple of gross plays, but this is a matchup where you think he'd be able to dissect this team in the respawns.
And our first look at Gridlock.
Lurks might be able to like hold a candle to him. Just if you talk just about I don't know, just skill. Lurks is twisted, but Joe Deceives is. I mean, that guy will put up numbers on the best teams in the world that you.
No, I mean, right. Just from a pure skill standpoint, sort of the big three of Joe, Gibson, and Kleenex, you just feel like there's a skill gap there.
Yeah.
And they should all be able to gap them, but that's just not happening.
No, has not been the case. So we'll see who's going to step it out if they're going to bring it back. Because I don't think you and I, for a second, believe that a reverse sweep is out of the cards. Not at all. They get going a little bit. There's a team that just got third place. No reason they can't bring this back.
Yeah.
You're still hung up on what you saw in the body language. Huh?
I am. It's just.
It's funny because you're not usually that big on it, but yeah, they did look.
It's just these guys. Like I feel like every time we look at the cams with like Joe, he's always jiggling. Even Kip, since he's joined this team, like there's always just chatter. I don't know. Either they're sick or I'm being over analytical.
Maybe, but that's our jobs, you know. Sometimes be over analytical. We're not always going to be right. We can be making up shit half the time. I know I am. No, I'm just glad I haven't said anything crazy yet. Yo, if you heard Joe and I's conversations to like start the day, I hadn't had caffeine or anything yet, but like I must have flipped like 12 things. Joe said to me, we're talking about maps and stuff. He's like, yeah, Scar's out, and for some reason I thought Raid was out in my head. And I was very sad. Well, I mixed Surge and Ravens like 12 times with the roster. Dude, Gwyn and TJ still being on both teams still mixes me up. But I was worried. I'm like, I'm going to cast. I'm going to screw up everything I'm trying to say.
You haven't screwed up too much.
That's not too much yet. Or I have, and I just don't know yet.
Yeah, man. Like poolside bombs, I was like, that's just not on Scar. It's ice. It's no.
Oh my God. Well, we're taking a look at the last time Standy was in the league. Listen, he's kind of one of those guys that goes out and always finds his way back into the league. It feels like he's been in and out several times. Last time he came in an NW3, I mean, that was not a team that was working out. It feels like this team could have a little potential. I'm not just saying that because they're up 2-0 right now, but like, it feels like they have some pieces. It just might be too late. It's the fact that we're already in qualifier 4.
Yeah, I think that sort of sums up a couple of his previous rosters, even that like MW2 Legion one with like Temp, TJ, Clay, like they were fun, but they were just always on the outside. They just could never get over the hump.
Yeah.
And this is another tough situation because he started off hot with that Rocker team in Cold War, right? Like he was on that team that made the Minnesota Miracle. Looked like his career was going to sort of jump up from there, but things happen.
Yeah, and maybe like best he can hope for, just talking like individually about him, even if this team, you want to qualify for top 8 for champs, but even if you don't, just get this team trending in the right direction, look improved.
Yeah, you want to trade a sort of foundation in Carolina for the future.
Yeah.
Like I think you have pieces here.
Yeah, no, and maybe we are a little just shooken up by the fact they're up 2-0 over Koi right now. But all right, we had a quick reset. I believe game is ready now. Just fast lobby reset. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll be good to go. Standy will hopefully have a camera for us soon. Vibe check on the Koi side. All right, here we go, guys. Fist bumps. Let's go. Jamie inside here. Let's turn this around. This is where we bring it back. Joe Deceives, I'm looking at you.
That's exactly what he sounds like. The guy from
Drop 40 on these shit cans.
The guy from the UK.
Kleenex, you're the best. The Finnish mastermind.
That's what he sounds like. He's acting like it.
The tissue with the issue.
You are an idiot.
Yeah, that's true. See if they can breathe some life into him. You think my next journey is a life coach?
I think you should do it.
Yeah. Just go into colleges and high school, just give speeches about life. Mm-hmm. Listen to me, young people. This is how we're going to develop you into.
Maybe not with that voice.
Get out!
Start the game, please. Start the game. Oh no!
Oh, no! My God, we got to reset again. What's happening?
They're just going to keep going now.
Yeah, you're getting me off the deep end. Apologies at home. I'm not sure what's happening, but it can happen sometimes.
Servers.
What was the thing that was happening? Well, it could be servers, but what was happening at the major? The rules were just like
wrong.
Like changing the rules, right? For the
Well, yeah, it's been a thing with like private matches where like settings reset, you change a couple of them.
We're resetting, so we'd have it was when you'd have the EMP, the clock would stop. We didn't even realize. Apparently one of them went to like 7-7, like 20-minute game. Thank God we weren't casting that one because ours got reset in like 3 minutes, but. Anyway, listen, it's not Call of Duty without its share of issues. So thanks for hanging with us. And that's part of why we probably won an Emmy, because we're dealing with this shit.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
All right, well, apparently the issues are continuing, so we are going to hop to a quick break to get things figured out.
It is a Toronto series.
That's true. That's true. It's been a while.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. We'll be right back, guys.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to phasevegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro, he is literally disgusting.
Bro, this guy is a sick bastard, bro.
Oh my god, you can see the glint. It's so scary. The glint. Oh, what are they doing? What do they keep shouting?
In honor of our Father's Day, we're going to have a friendly competition amongst the dads on this show. How many dad jokes can we fit in? Well, I have the opportunity to go first. So, Allie, let's take the lead right now. Why can't bikes stand up on their own?
Why?
Because they're too tired. Got her! All right, let's keep this moving, Nameless, because we got a lot to talk about starting here with the standings.
Can't win it on the point. Scrap and the boys get it done.
Back on the f***ing desk, play. Back on the f***ing desk.
You're f***ing dog shit, kid. Simply not
What do they have to give yourself a fighting chance here in the series? Real. Ruthless aggression. Another on stairs. Can't get it. It's Krent with 2. It's now down to Lucky. And will he be that in this 1v2 situation? Here they come. Finds the first. Oh my God! Lucky! Dios mío, how has he done that?
Where's this? I'm on top. He's got to be backside. Dead. Nice. Maybe backside side. Try side. Nice. Come on. Get up. Hey, we got that. Orange challenge, bro. You go. Let's go. Holy shit.
Let's go clutch up there.
Boys.
My fault.
Creo además que Pickle tiene unas palabras especiales que dedicar. ¿Qué les quieres decir a la audiencia en el día de hoy?
I just want to say, I lived 2 great years in the league. I love all of you, even the Greenwald fans, you know. Love all of you. We make COD so much special. It's so nice to have it aquí en España. Vamos a todos, hola a las familias. Vamos Energy!
From the depth, Optic are up. They're looking to take the map. They're looking to close the series. It may be enough. The tick not there. Oh, it is. I thought he contested, but instantly dropped. Heretics. Wow. Just barely able to take it and get us to the map 5. Insanity.
Hello, welcome back. Hopefully we are good to go here in just a moment. Okay, we just got game ready. We were going to talk about new maps and stuff and fill some time, but just heard we're ready to go. So we'll be back into it in just a second. Thanks for hanging with us while we got ready to rock and roll. If you are just joining us, Ravens in control of the series. Honestly, they've looked really, really solid through the first 2 maps. You've liked their game plan. We've liked their communication that we've heard. Firmly in control right now.
Yeah, Hardpoint was solid last stage. Obviously, a change up there. 2-3-5 sucked, but you win the search and destroy there. It looked a lot better on the same page. Exceed was still hitting with the snipe, but then just some adjustments were made and able to close the map out.
Yeah, they closed it out. Now we'll see if they can get it done in 3. When Exceed joined, the Overload took a turn for the good. They were a great Overload team over that stretch. They won like 6 straight, 5 straight, whatever it was. We're going back to Qualifier 2. 1? Was that Qualifier 1? That was Qualifier 1. We're going way back. The Overload gameplay has not been there, but we've got some changes. Gridlock now in the rotation for the first time as long as I can remember. We have 4 options for our map 3. So we're going to see some Gridlock. Main difference here, for those of you maybe not aware, Where every other map, the spawn of the EMP will alternate after a score. Here we stay mid-map. So that'll be the one significant change.
I think that compared to other maps, right, a lot of the times you sort of take the EMP and there's a mid-cut to jump up to. This map doesn't really have that. You kind of either have to back it up to your side and start your play from there, or you hope you get a 3 or 4 dead and push on forward, or maybe you try to take space forward like we saw from Standy right there before you really start to move that EMP.
Yeah, like the cuts to mid are...
Yeah, they're not sort of like, yeah.
Sent mid.
Yeah.
they're towards the opposition spawn a little bit, so we'll see how that ends up playing out. But that's kind of... I mean, Dayton can play that way a little bit. Like, if you're trying to wrap it, you kind of got to do it in a more aggressive position instead of mid-maps, since you don't have the top. But this is the same for both sides.
Yeah, like when it spawns roofs, it's either we go forward, you wrap that all the way through your base. But you'd see there, yeah, you try to take it forward, maybe just Kleenex is there, but it doesn't matter. They cut you off, so... We'll see what teams opt to do, but you do have what is Kleenex on one side and Lurks on the other. So he's just going to pick this up and run this down, but his teammate dies, Chips is there to trade.
If Kleenex didn't get an awkward time in mid-map and he got a kill, you might be going forward very, very quickly, but he dropped pretty much at the same time his teammates got those kills in spawn. Insight's provided 2 for you. Kleenex does get a pick mid, so they've got pretty good control here of mid-map and EMP. Insight, great start for him, 7-2 on 3. He started strong in the hard point as well. Kleenex some really good damage in, not quite able to finish the kill. Fire trying to reposition with the AR in hand, but he's eventually going to get pushed out. Kleenex finds a perfect timing through to get under 1. That sets up kicks for another, and that should be a clean score through. And you can see, you spawn them out pretty damn far, especially with this position. There's no chance to really...
There's no counter.
Yeah, no counter opportunity, or, I don't know, if you die like in your base, that's a score.
Yeah, it's a score, and now you have a chance to rally it. So when you spawn out like that, you really gotta get back into a good spot. But one player does spawn safe, and Fire Lurks is gonna back up. But Chips is gonna try to keep this going. At least buy time for his teammates to come off a spawn, and he is just juking them out.
Keeps on juking. Now they're gonna go ahead and push this on through. He's able to give you a kill. He's on 4 straight. And now they're going to wait, buy their time, maybe just to allow Insight to get into position. This time, the Royal Ravens, for the most part, clear the base. Not as clean of a score for Koi, so hoping now they can at least battle for position, but this has been very Koi dominant early on.
Yeah, well, I see he wraps all the way through bottom side. He's able to find that double, and that's been one of the keys. They really just haven't had top mid control. If you are Ravens, right, where EMP is spawning, you have not controlled that car. So you can see even right now, I mean, Joe is the one guy there, but it will be 3 dead. And what Lurks somehow hits the movement, hits the slide, finds the triple, and now you can go.
I was gonna say, of course he wins the crazy once and loses that one, but that is Lurks just putting on a show at backcourt. Gives you 4 straight and a big point on the board for Ravens now. Now they're trying to think, what do we want to do here? Like, where do we spawn them out? How do we want to play this? We have this line set up to rally this into another score. Just have to get EMP. Fire's going to look over with the shots. The players from Core are going to wrap back and try to deal with this, but you're wrapping back to everyone in position, and that's going to be the tying score to 2-2 quickly.
Hey, well, they wrap back there, but on their first go around, they try to get to the opposite side of the map. If you are Koi, you just don't find the gunfights. You end up getting those kills. You're able to read that in the top roach, and you had 2 players there if you were Koi. And that's what you have to do. If you're going to give up your base and overextend, you have to find those kills to get top middle. And if not, that's exactly what happens.
Well, it's sort of a gamble. That comes out of that 5-minute map. You get it, you score. You don't, they score. We'll see how teams opt to play in situations like that. If it's a wrap back or if it's a send it on through. Keeps teams guessing. The show to Sieves hasn't quite had the impact on this series he'd like to. Runs into a fight that he's not ready for. Kleenex, though, he'll be the cleanup man as he's on 4 straight. That streak quickly comes to an end. Everyone kind of grouped up towards tree as all the battles go down to try and get mid-map control with just under a minute to go.
Yeah, you still have Standy. He's kind of lurking inside, aware of this. Well, Kleenex is going to go all the way back to try to find this. Well, timing will work out his way. So now it's just a battle for the EMP, but it will be all 4 dead. And, well, Joe seems to be the point man. So he's got to find the first kill, just not ready for Standy to be there.
Yeah.
You see where everyone else spawns?
Yeah,
but
he's hoping.
He's hoping and it spawns in that same spot, but just wasn't blocking it quite yet.
Yeah, I think he thinks when spawns close, he's gun up there. And that goes a little bit differently. Because he wins that one, it's more than likely a score, barring some crazy nades. 5 seconds left in regulation. We'll see with the extra 30 if Royal Ravens can turn this into a score. Not going to be easy, though, with Jodeci's putting you down like that. They're going to try to wrap this topside behind Fire's position. Gets you a second somehow. Hit the 14 HP, but still up. Going to come down to a one-on-one for the score. Pistol of Exceed up against Kleenex. He's able to win it. Going to get through. Nade's going to come in. Not going to happen. The one-on-one just had to go a little bit faster.
Yeah, a little bit quicker. I don't know where Joe, I don't know if he spawned there or just had enough time. Kleenex just bought him enough time for him to get to that spot. He just had to get around the corner, but couldn't get through the doorway. But a battle. It starts off 2-0 there for Koi.
Honestly, I think that one-on-one just went down way longer than like, yeah, that was just a long one-on-one.
And then you get the Lurks play that turns into 2. So we are tied at 2 apiece.
No, honestly, good job by Ravens dealing with going into an early hole and, I mean, having no map position whatsoever. And that's probably going to be the most interesting thing, is just how teams deal with moments post-score. And that, I mean that for both sides of it. Just with it spawning mid every time, it's going to be a little bit different, the choices you have to make. Obviously, that's going to depend on how many people you have alive. It's going to be very different situations.
No, we might see some rallies on this map. That's kind of like my first thought. Is like, we might see, like, yeah, three in a row, quick.
No, it certainly might be the case. Ravens just trying to maybe start a little bit hotter. Didn't have quite the break off that they would have liked and got into that early hole. Just can't quite get up and scoop EMP. Lurks, oh, doing his thing, lurking. Well, he's not able to win that. Kips will catch him as he slides on through. Possession game right now for Ravens, though. Exceed just patrolling mid-map. He'll have a one-on-one. We hopped off it. I'm not sure if he was able to get the kill.
Oh, yeah, the nade. Yeah, Nade was able to hit, and now he wants to pressure the flank, but his teammates die around the EMP, so he's got to get back to the EMP. He doesn't want Koi to pick that up and go for a score, but Fire's able to win the gunfight. But you're pretty much back to square one for both sides.
Yeah, no, it seems like we might be fighting in this area for a moment. Yeah. Until you get like a clean 3-4 dead scenario. Maybe Kleenex's double. Well, that's actually all it took. The double there before the reinforcements can come in for Ravens. Point man on the bottom side of the map is Kips.
You're just waiting for Joe here. I mean, they don't know he's there. Now they're going to know. He's going to put some shots in, and there's only a couple of players, but it's Lurks and it's Exceed, and they find 3.
And I can't believe it just came down to basically 2 players remaining there. What an insane sequence. And that's just, well, a matter of seconds, how different it can be. So we went to the stall out for the stall out, basically top side of the map. Now we're at the bottom side, and there's a reset actually going to come in. Koi are there for the scoop. Everyone, though, in position for the most part for Ravens defensively. It looks like Koi, you want to get a kill or 2 before you scoop this thing. Enough time has passed. See Kleenex kind of worried about maybe a play on the flank. But they've lost basically everyone. Good patience there by Royal Ravens. You don't have mid-map control, but you don't necessarily need it. Just don't get caught sprinting. Win a couple of gunfights, and now you layer the map. They've been able to push up. Kips just murders you. He gets everybody, and he is out. Sliding off the races. Insight's going to get the last player. He'll have a trophy in for coverage right after the stun hits, so it gets slowed here for a moment. They're going to more than likely have to win one more fight at least.
Yeah, you get three players who get close spawns. You just didn't have enough forward pressure, but you're all here. Now it's down to a 1 versus 1. Kleenex, well, he's going to lose to Exceed. I mean, Kleenex found a triple. But yeah, maybe if that trophy is there, but I think it still would have just been tough.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have got it through. Like, maybe he would have been in the play a little bit faster, but another crazy situation that basically comes down to a 1 versus 1. Numbers here for Koi for another moment.
Shouldn't go low, yeah.
Gonna wrap it low, and you can see all the blue arrows trying to get back into position, but the problem is they're already gonna have Kleenex on a heady, trying to put in damage. They deal with him beautifully, though.
Yeah, they're just not getting that first kill. It just feels like all of these offensive pushes that you've had if you are Koi. You've had chances, but not finding that first one to give you the numbers. That's gonna allow Ravens now to maybe get on a counter.
It's looking that way. Big gunfight upcoming. Kips wins the first one. Then he got damage into another one. He's going to go ahead and flank that and let his teammates pick up the rest on spawn. So you're just going to get trapped in right now. Ravens really nowhere to go. Lurks, well, he'll just get one, but that's going to stall out completely. And that's those. If Kips drops, if he loses that fight, maybe a good opportunity for Ravens.
Oh, that timing. Well, it is the perfect timing there for Standy. Koi were so ready to go. They found a couple of kills. They were ready to go up that A street, all 4, and you saw from That player's POV, he was turning towards Standy, but he picked up the EMP, only has the pistol, and Standy just stalls this out. I mean, the first half, a lot of scores. Throughout these first 4 minutes, a couple of chances.
Yeah.
But it's just been this mid-map battle.
Just a minute to go. I want to take it to the other end. Big win from Exceed. You've got numbers here to go, but you got to go quickly. They were worried about the flank. They dealt with that. Now maybe just wait for your teammates because you've got a 2-on-2 here. Okay, or Standy just goes in and smokes them. Drops a little bit short. Still a presence here. Should be a score.
Tip's got another one, but okay, I was gonna say one player spawns with them in Joe. You saw the stuns and nades start to hit, but you just had the numbers, and now Carolina picking the players up off spawn.
And what we thought was a Koi 3-0 is looking like a Ravens 3-0. Just 30 seconds to go. Everyone on Koi basically has got sent back to spawn. You still have 2 players in your spawn. They want to track back because the only way you lose this, you're just leaving a wide open lane through mid. Big kill there from Fire to just delay it. The more time they're searching for him, the better. He repositions and gives you a second. That is beautiful from Fire. Honestly, a similar late game clutch type play like we saw in the hard point. He gets a rock solid respawn from you again.
And have one chance at this. Oh, and you had to read if you were Kleenex. He was watching the full flight, but Exceed's gonna get through now. This might be the end of the game. And while Kleenex is gonna die, Exceed is there, and that is just COD timing at its finest.
And not the result we expected at all.
I thought 3-3-0s today, but not this one.
Yeah, no, not
this one.
In that fashion.
No.
A beautiful win there from Ravens, and well, listen, we like what we saw. We're just gonna have to wait and see, like, is this a little bit of like a honeymoon period, a post-event syndrome for Koi, or is this a new and improved roster?
It's the start of the run, baby. It's the run to champs for Carolina.
Let's see it. Honestly, I kind of hope they make it interesting.
Yeah.
Give us something around the bubble. Every year we have something to talk about with regards to the top 8.
Now we're going to start talking about it.
Yeah, they're the team that's going to maybe make it interesting, but they're going to have a tough schedule. This is a massive win for them and one that they, well, we thought we're going to lose. Everyone, analysts, fans at home thought they were going to lose. Who put up numbers, though, for them? You get a great, well, honestly, 2 really solid respawns out of Fire. Exceed's been a big inclusion for them, well, ever since he came in. Again, we'll talk over and over about his plays in Overload, but Fire was better in Search. He's been good in the respawns. Sure, why not? All right,
I think,
so far.
you know, where you obviously talk about Toronto, like, there, you always just assume that Joe and Kleenex are going to have the advantage over a lot of teams, and right there, Joe struggled.
No, he did. And we don't really talk about Joe struggling too often. I don't know if that's a playing down the competition thing, a little lag after a major. I don't know. That's what's so tough.